Hey, everybody out there. This is T Ray from Hanshin Tigers English News H10 coming at you with what is this, the 30th or so series preview of the season. We're coming down to the end here. After this series, we are 3/4 done the season. But here we go. We are going up against the Yomiuri Giants. You love them. No, you don't. I love them. No, I don't. We hate them and we want to beat them like we've never beat them before. I don't know. It's too late in the season now for us to maybe come back and win the pennant, but this would be as good a time as any just to punch them in the gut a few times as they are on their way to the pennant victory, if we can take something out of them. Anyways, let's look back a little bit on the past few days before we jump into our actual preview. So we hosted the Dragons for 3 games and we won game 1. Lost game 2, shutout style with Yudai Ono 2 hitting us the whole way. And then in game 3, we kind of returned the favor. Minoru Iwata with a brilliant performance, followed by John Edwards closing out the 7th. Fujinami looking as good as he's looked since 2015. And then Robert Suarez closing things out. So we won that one 2-0, took the series 2 games to 1. Let me tell you, Fujinami hit 160 on the radar gun 5 times out of 7 pitches. 4 of those were for strikes. So he was really on top of things. And on that one sequence, that one at bat, he went fastball for like the first 6 or 7 pitches. The guy was fouling them off, staying alive. And then just a filthy 90-mile-an-hour forkball to put him away on the strikeout. Looked great. 1 inning pitched, 2 strikeouts, and a ground out to second with a great play by Hojo to prevent that from being a hit. So there you go. That was that series, 2 games to 1. As I said, Aoyagi doing his absolute worst that he's ever done. Never mind, that was the previous series. I'm getting a little bit lost here. Okay, so here we go. Up against the Giants. Who are we going to have on the mound for us? It looks like tonight we have got Yuki Nishi. And we'll probably follow that by Joe Gunkel and Takumi Akiyama. And then on Monday, my assumption is that we're going with Haruto Takahashi on short rest, but that remains to be seen. As for the Giants, they have got Imamura going tonight, and then I heard rumblings of them bringing in Toshiya Sakurai for one of the weekend games. He's not having a great year, but I guess he said he was feeling good on the farm, whatever that means. And then they will probably bring in Hatake or Togo, and then or both of those guys for Sunday and Monday. And if not, they might bring in Sugano on short rest for Monday's game because he pitched this past Tuesday. And if so, Sugano is better on short rest, and he is looking for his 13th straight win. And we're going to stop him on a Monday night. T-Ray called it right here, and you'll thank me for it later. So what else is going on with this Hanshin Tigers team? There's no news on the COVID front except that there were 130 PCRs done a couple days ago. They all came back negative, so hopefully that means there will be no more positive cases within the team community. Now, for us, we're still shorthanded, so we still have Obata at shortstop and Hojo at second base, as opposed to Kinami and Itohara. There's no talk about when these guys will be back. So Itohara has COVID-19. Kinami does not, but he was hanging out with some guys that did get it. So I don't know when they get to go back to playing. As for the Giants, they've got a bunch of guys that are hitting around 280. Which is, well, I mean, that's good for our team, I suppose. But the last couple of days, they've been leading off with a couple of young guys, Yoshikawa and Matsubara. And then they've got Sakamoto, Okamoto, Maru. And then eventually they'll have Wheeler in there, possibly, Nakajima, possibly. And then Kobayashi's back at catcher for them, at least part of the time. They might also bring in Oshido, of course, because he's a much better hitter than Kobayashi, but that remains to be seen. As for us, yeah, like Jerry Sands is really struggling lately. He did not get a single hit in the last series. Hasn't had a home run in maybe 15 games. Justin Bohr with a hit and an almost home run the other day. So he's swinging the bat fairly well. Oyama has slowed down a bit. He's still 2 home runs behind Okamoto. Let's see if he can bridge that gap during this 4-game series. If we can keep Okamoto out of the home run column in the stats, and if Oyama can get in there once or twice and catch little Okamoto, that would be great. So my call on this one, I've got no predictions. I'm hoping for 4-0 and accepting nothing less than that. Okay, if you want more Hanshin Tigers in your life, we've got our Patreon going strong, and October's a new month, so new benefits coming. Check out the link down here. You can subscribe to this channel for alerts whenever we're going live. You can also check out some of the other videos. One of them will be up in the corner right away. And that's about it. Let's go Tigers. Have yourselves a great October weekend, everybody, and I will catch you on Tuesday.